I'm from Perry, Georgia. That's down there by like Macon
Oh, okay.
and Ronald Robbins and all that. You know, well, I might have been born at I was born at Ronald Robbins Hospital, but I grew up in Perry. Like, as soon as we left the hospital, I'm right back in Perry. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm from Perry, Georgia, 478.
Still reside there today or no?
Nah, I live in Atlanta. I moved up here like 6 years ago. Like, I moved up here right after high school.
Okay.
And I had went to like the Art Institute, you know what I'm saying? But I only went for 1 month and I dropped out. I was like, that ain't it. Then I went back home to Perry.
And then you moved back out to Atlanta after that?
I moved right back to Atlanta. Probably like 3 months later, I moved back to Atlanta.
Now, when you decide to move back to Atlanta for the second time, was it strictly a music career choice at that point?
Yeah, cause when I was at the Art Institute, that was around the time like K-Camp was popping. And I remember he had tweeted, he was like, send me some beats on Twitter. And I sent him some beats, and then he hit me right back in the email. He was like, bro, you hard. He gave me his number, and then we just started going from there. So once I just kept building with him, like after my first month in school, I quit, and I just moved back to Perry, and I was just still making beats for him. I'd pull up to Atlanta to come, you know, fuck with him or whatever, go to like A3C and shit like that. And yeah, but I was still like in Perry. Like I was working at Chick-fil-A. I used to work at Chick-fil-A. So like he'll be hitting me for beats and shit, and I'll be at work. So I just send him some beats when I got home. But like, yeah, it was, when I moved back up, it was strictly for music though.
Now, we're going to break some of all these elements a little bit later in this interview, but when it comes to Perry, how far is that from Atlanta?
Like an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still have family, I imagine, over there still?
Absolutely.
How often do you travel back these days to it?
I was just there Monday. Yeah, I was just down there Monday. You know, I try to go, not too much, but I go, you know what I'm saying? Like I still pull up on my friends, like, you know, I give back to the community a lot down there. So I go in like when I'm doing something, but I ain't just finna be sitting down there though.
Now, growing up in Perry, what was that like for you? Can you paint that picture for us?
It's a lot of trees. It ain't really, we don't have no big buildings or nothing. It's like really no inspiration. You know, you gotta really inspire yourself and like look at, you know, I used to watch a lot of TV, like 106 in Park and stuff like that. So I would like rap sitting in the basement. So that was my inspiration. But like just growing up down there, it's like, ain't nobody really ever made it, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to inspire yourself. It's like a small town, probably like 12,000 people, something like that, 15,000 people. It's not big at all.
Like a country town?
Absolutely.
Like agriculture and that sort of thing?
Yeah, like hay fields, horses and cows and like all that stuff, chicken coops and all that.
Did you ever get involved with that sort of thing or no?
Nah, not really. I mean, not really. That wasn't my thing.
Financially, how'd you grow up?
When you say financial, what do you mean? Like we were like.
Like what class maybe of?
Oh, I mean, shit. We stayed in a damn double wide trailer, like on like some like it was like a big, like nice little sized piece of land. But I was in the country, like double wide trailer. It wasn't, you know, not shit. Like for real. Like it just, you know, everybody like where I come from, ain't nobody really rich. You know what I'm saying? So. Everybody damn, like all my partners, all of us was fucked up together, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga didn't have more than this person, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, it's like the same level down there.
So would we say poverty? Would we say lower middle class? Would we say middle class? Would we say?
I say lower middle class, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say poverty, like we just went fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But it was ugly, you know what I'm saying?
Was your family ever able to move up to a higher class financially throughout the years or no?
Yeah, I mean, like my mom them straight now, they like the house she stay in now, like they got a garage, you know what I'm saying? But like when I was growing up in high school and all that, like it was the double wide trailer, like that's where I was raised at, like that's where I grew up at, like cutting grass and all that stuff. So like it was just, you know, I ain't know of a garage until I got my own spot. You know what I'm saying? So, shit like that, like, ain't nobody got no garage out there.
Living like that in that environment that you described, what'd you learn from that?
I gotta go get it. Like, I can't be bullshitting around, and then when I do get it, you know what I'm saying, don't be out here playing and tricking off and shit, cause I ain't trying to go back to that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, home for me is an hour and 40 minutes away, and it's some bullshit, so when I do get it, I gotta make sure I keep the shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't be out here just doing the foolery, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I learned from that shit. Like, if you make it, you gotta stay out of that bit. Like, that ain't it. That ain't no place that you wanna go back to, for real.
Did you try to earn money for yourself early in life?
Yeah, definitely. I used to, that's how I kind of got into producing. Like, I used to always play instruments. I started with the drums, and then I like playing the bass. So like, I go to this church or that church. Like, I'm in one, at one point in time, I had like 2 churches. I go to one at 9:30. I pick up me about $75 from there. Then I go to the next church, and I pick up me another 75. So, you know, I be done made me a little 150 every Sunday, you know what I'm saying? And on top of me working that Chick-fil-A, like, you know what I'm saying? But I was playing at churches, and then I got a job at Chick-fil-A, and then I was just doing both of them. So I always been a hustler, though. I'm always get me some money.
How young did the hustling start?
Shit, boy.
What age or what grade maybe?
I mean, they used to give us a love offering for like doing like I'll be playing the drums or something like that, you know, give me a nice little 300 on the love offering, you know what I'm saying, just on the, you know, playing my little instrument. So like, yeah, I probably like 9, for real, like 9, 10 years old.
$300 for a 9-year-old's a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a little bag. You know what I'm saying? I spit it up too, boy. Spend that shit fast. I spend that shit fast.
Now, even though you were in the country, did they have, was street activity ever occurring out there?
Hell yeah, like, man, if you know anybody from Macon, like, that ain't no place you don't want to just be there. Like, man, I got partners in jail right now. I went to school with. I don't know if they coming home. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like it's worse down there because there's nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, you niggas just be like, oh, you want to get in the game? Yeah, because I ain't got nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't choose that life, but I know it's a lot of my partners though that's a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it ain't nothing to do down there but the dumb shit. You know, go rob something, go shoot something, go take something, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing else to do.
When you say Macon, how far was that from Perry?
Man, all that shit like right together. It's like 15, 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like running robins, all that stuff. Like, it's all right there together. So like, you know, it's all together. Like, Macon might be like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 25 minutes at the most, but it ain't far.
Now, why didn't you join in gang activity? What was your specific reason not to join?
Because all my partners was doing it. I'm like, they doing that. You know, they got that under control. So I was just focused on my talent. You know what I'm saying? I had a talent, so I just, you know, I had to run with my gift. And, you know, they, like, all my partners, they always encouraged me to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, go take care of my talent. Like, you know, I used to fuck with them though, like doing the handshakes and shit, like all my niggas and shit. But like, yeah, but nah.
That's as far as it went, just the handshake.
Yeah, just the handshake though. Cause they was just like, bro, you need to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to do that regardless though.
Did you ever dip into street activity though for money?
Nah.
Didn't go that route either.
Nah.
Now, you did mention Chick-fil-A here. Was that your first job ever?
Yeah, that was my first and only job.
And how long did you do Chick-fil-A for?
I probably worked there for like a year and a half. You know, I think I was working there before I went to college a little bit, and then when I came back from college, you know what I'm saying, I worked there for a little bit more time. I just saved up me $2,000. I was like, I'm gonna save up $2,000 and I'm gonna just quit and I'm gonna move to Atlanta. And I just saved up $2K and I quit and moved to Atlanta.
What was your position there?
I was in the back cooking, you know. just dropping the chicken and making sandwiches and dropping fries and all that.
Tough job?
Yeah, it's tough. That shit be busy. Like, that shit be humping all day. That shit be moving, boy. They getting a check. Like, even in that small town, like, I was always talking to the owner, like, because I always had a business mindset. Like, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, bro, our store grows like $4 million a year. I'm like, damn, in this small ass country town, this shit making $4 million a year. So I was just always I'll be cooking and then talking to the owner just about like how the business work and stuff like that.
Would you ever own one?
Yeah, if I had a chance, for sure. Absolutely. I love to own one.
Now, any crazy stories dealing with that job? Anything that happened out of the norm, whether it was on the clock or off of it? Just thinking back, 1.5 years at Chick-fil-A.
Like that got something to do with Chick-fil-A or just me being at Chick-fil-A?
No, just anything crazy that happened out of the norm while you were working.
Man, I remember I used to work at I wasn't working, it was just like when I wouldn't be at Chick-fil-A or whenever I had time, it was like this studio. It was in the back of a barbershop and that bit had got robbed. Like they were doing the kick though in on us and we had got out of that bit, like went through the front or some shit like that. And I remember I was at work one day and they had called us and they was like, man, they was like, it's an inside job and they were trying to get the owner to press charges on us and shit. I was like, what the fuck, man? That's some crazy shit. And I just remember being at work and I had to go outside and shit. And it was like, yeah, man, they talking about this inside job. They want us to press charges against y'all boys and all that. But the owner, he was like, I ain't gonna do that shit because like he had been knowing us or some shit. I just remember that day, like, we were just in there and he was like, I just remember walking outside and I was just standing outside. I was like, man, I gotta dip real fast. They like, where you going? I just had to go hop on the phone, but that shit was crazy though.
Now, you ended up quitting that job?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I had to get out of that bit. They miss me though.
Now, when it comes to you being at school, how would you characterize yourself? What kind of kid were you in class?
A clown. Class clown. Especially me and my homeboy Tay. That's my partner, boy. They could never have us in the class together. They had us in the class together. We immediately got separated. Like I could have did a lot better, but I was just trying to get by. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really feel like, and I don't want kids that's watching this, like, cause I got a little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was more out there for me. Like the only class I really feel like really helped me today was when I took economics. I always remember that class because he was talking about residual income. I was like, bro, make sure I get me a job with residual income. You know what I'm saying? But really, I was just playing in school, B. I ain't gonna even lie.
Being a class clown, was that some sort of defense mechanism?
Nah, I was just a nut. we just used to be tripping. We didn't take nothing serious. We was immature as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just doing shit, just whatever to get on.
Some class clowns, it's just jokes. It's just being funny. Other times, class clowns could turn into bullies. Did you ever become a bully?
Nah, I wasn't no bully. Like we just used to have fun. Like we weren't never on no bully type shit. We were just, just clowning, like just doing extra shit. Like we'll be in the hallways, beating on the wall, knowing the teacher finna come out there and tell us to stop, and then niggas run off and all kind of shit like that. We was just tripping, man.
Were you part of a certain clique or crowd in school?
Yeah, playing football, like, we was the guys. You know what I'm saying? We was just me and my folks. You know what I'm saying?
The athletes, the jocks.
All of us played, but like it was like. Damn near all of us played football, so you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I don't know. It was just like the same folks I would hang out in the hood with was the same niggas I'm playing football with. So, we was just chilling, man. We was just, doing our thing.
With football, you did varsity?
Yeah, I started playing varsity in the 10th grade. I was on varsity in the 10th grade, but I played varsity for 3 years. I was a wide receiver.
You doing varsity at 10th grade, was that because you were that good or they didn't have enough players?
Nah, they definitely, we had enough players. I mean, yeah, I mean, we had enough players. Like, I was just out there bit. Like, I wasn't starting, but I was out there bit. Like, I mean, it was the tall lad receiver. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was straight, you know what I'm saying? But, shit, I go out there and do my thing, too, you know what I'm saying? Like, on third down, you throw me that bitch, I'm going to catch that bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to deliver when it's time with that pressure. So, that was my thing.
But never started?
No, I started the next year, 11th and 12th grade, but my 10th grade year, that's when I was just on the field. Like, I wasn't playing JV in the 10th grade. I was strictly varsity, but I was like, you know, I mean, it was like one game I did start, but I ain't start every game that year. The next year and the year after that, that's when I started starting.
And what jersey number did you have?
Number 12. I was 19. I had number 19 in the 10th grade, but then after that, I changed my number to number 12.
Why?
I just went with number 12. I graduated in 2012 too, so I was just like, I'm gonna get that number 12.
Were you good enough to get some sort of athletic scholarship with it?
Man, hell, I mean, I was straight, you know what I'm saying, like for where I was at, but I just wasn't finna go D1, you know what I'm saying? And by that time, it was like I'm already taking music kind of serious, and I'm like, man, I fuck with football, but I ain't finna try to like go walk on and do all that shit, man. I'm just finna get down with the music and shit, man. I just, you know, do my thing with music.
When it comes to music, did you ever join the band? Did you ever do chorus?
I feel like I did chorus like real young, but I was in the band in like 7th or 8th grade, something like that, but I quit that shit too.
Why?
Because I wanted to play football.
You
know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be in the band. I want to play football, so.
What instruments did you play when you were in the band?
I was in percussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back then, it was strictly beats that you were doing?
When I was in middle school or when I was in?
During your school years?
In middle school, I was rapping.
You were rapping first?
I was rapping, you know what I'm saying, Mixcraft. I was recording on Mixcraft. Me and my homeboy Lil D, we was rapping, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I gotta stop this shit, man.
Why?
Cause my shit was trash. My shit was trash. Like some of my partners still be talking shit though. They be like, they'll recite some of my lyrics or some shit that I was said on one of them songs or some shit back then. But my shit was trash to me. I felt like once I started making beats, like once I got into making beats, I was hard at making beats, you know. I was just real with myself. I'm like, this rap shit ain't it for me. And I ain't really like to be in front of the camera anyway. Like, I like to be behind the scenes, you know, and just still get a bag.
You said this to yourself that you were trash, or others told you your music was trash?
I told myself I was trash, man. Like, this shit ain't it for me. Like, cause my partners, you know, your partners they gonna be like, yeah, this shit hard, you know, but I'm like, nah, I'm straight on this shit. I don't want to rap.
But when you started doing beats, that was all while you were in school at the same time too?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of took
like that was in your schooling years? That
yeah.
wasn't after school? I mean, that wasn't after you graduated high school. That was still...
Yeah, I was in, I probably started, like the 12th grade, 11th, 12th grade, at the end of the 11th grade, 12th grade.
That's when the production started.
Mm-hmm. But I wasn't rapping though all the way up until then. Like I had to stop rapping, and like I'm still playing instruments. So I'm like, for like them, like from the 8th grade to like then, I'm like, man, I need to find a way to record my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So once I found a way to record my shit, that's when I started like making beats.
Did you participate in talent shows back then or no?
Nah.
Didn't do that?
Mm-mm.
Now, right before you graduate, they have this thing called superlatives they give seniors, right? There's these awards at the end of the year, like most likely to succeed, best dressed, biggest flirt, things of that nature. Did you ever win one of those or no? Senior superlatives, they call it.
I mean, I don't know, I might have, but I ain't, you know, I never bought a yearbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never give a shit about all that shit. Like, I had 2 patches from the playoffs, like when we were playing football. Like, I ain't never buy a Letterman's jacket. I just didn't give a shit about that shit. I feel like I did take a picture, though, because it be in the yearbook or some shit like that.
Sure, everybody takes a picture whether you buy a yearbook or not.
No, I'm saying, like, you know, they take a picture, like, the most likely for such and such, and it be in the yearbook. Like, I know that was in our yearbook, and I feel like I remember taking a picture for something, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
you know what
I
I'm
see.
saying? Like, I don't know. That shit was just, you know, I ain't really give a shit about that shit. I was out here trying to get a bag, man. Like, coming from where we come from, it's barely a BMW on the road, dog. Like, it ain't no foreign cars for sure. Like, I was trying to figure out how to get the fuck on and get a bag.
After you graduate high school, I remember you talked about the Art Institute, right? Mm-hmm. In Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Do you do that right away as soon as high school's done, or is there some sort of break in between?
No, I did it right away. Like, we graduated in May, and I went to the Art Institute in August, and I left in September.
And why'd you choose that school initially?
Shit, I wanted to do music. I felt like it was gonna help with music, and it was one class that helped, but just overall, like, once you know, like I said, I'm in there. I don't fuck around and met K-Count. He hot, you know what I'm saying? He got the girl, I love the way you do it. He got that motherfucker going crazy. I don't fuck around and linked up with bro, you know what I'm saying?
With Michael Montana?
Yeah, he had this joint with Michael Montana. Then he had no Came With The Money, baby, after that. But like, right while that Do It song was going crazy, that's when I met that man. So I'm like, man, I'm finna quit this shit. Goddamn, I can do this shit myself.
How'd you meet him?
Shit, just over Twitter. He was like, man, send some beats to this email address. I sent some beats to the email. He replied in the email, sent me his number. I called him. He was like, bro, this shit hard. Your shit hard. I want to fuck with you. And then it was just gone from there.
So you make a decision to quit just off of that? You didn't even give the school a chance to see if you could get better with your craft or any of that?
I quit straight off that shit. Like, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Like, cause it's like the school, like, it's cool. It was cool for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was one class that was helping me. I was taking like 4 classes, but only one of them was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing like that's helping me progress. And like, as I just started to learn the industry, it's like, you got to get out here and hustle regardless. The industry don't care about you having a degree, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your shit hard, you gonna go. If your shit ain't hard, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know enough here.
So K-Camp saying your stuff was hard was your answer to, hey, I don't need this school stuff anymore. My stuff is hard. I'm in the door.
I'm out of this bitch, man. I was out of that bitch. I withdrew so fast, man. I was out of it.
If he never replied to that email, do you think you still probably would have been in that school?
I don't know. I honestly can't say, like, I don't know.
And we're just speaking hypothetically.
Because it was just so much going on. Like, I'm learning the music industry itself. I'm learning about marketing, and then you got to have a bag to do this shit and all of this shit. So I'm like, man, like, I don't really know how this going to, do what it do. You know what I'm saying?
Initially, when you joined that school, financially, how were you affording it?
That's another thing. Like, my pops, I had taking out student loans. They pouring me on a student loan, but then my pops got to pay $400 a month for some shit like that for me to live out here and shit. I'm like, man, I ain't finna have my dad paying for this shit. Finna get the hell on, man. Like, no.
I see.
Yeah.
Does that school have a reputation, the Art Institute? You know, schools have reputations. Each school has a reputation. They're either known for this, or they're good at this, or this happens at this school. Did they have a reputation of some sort before you joined, or no?
I was just interested because I wanted to, for one, move to Atlanta, get the hell on from down there and down, just be around music. So that's really what drew me. I ain't gonna say it really had a reputation. I never knew nobody that went there. I just did my own little research and was like, okay, I'm gonna try this shit because I'm definitely not finna go to a university or none of the rest of this other shit. You know?
The Art Institute, is that considered like a technical school?
Yeah, it's a technical school.
And if you were to complete a degree there, was it a two-year thing or a 4-year thing?
I think it was 4 years.
Oh.
Yeah, audio engineering, that's what I was in there for. I think it was 4 years.
Hindsight 2020, did you make the right decision?
Absolutely.
No regrets there?
No, not one, not a piece of regret.
What did your parents think when you made that decision to drop out?
My parents, my mom and my dad always like fully supported me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I want to do, they gonna support it to the fullest. So they weren't tripping. They weren't tripping at all.
Are both parents in your life today?
Absolutely.
Together? Separated?
Nah, they together.
You had a two-parent household.
Yeah, I had a two-parent household.
I do a lot of interviews. I don't do too many interviews with people in a two-parent household growing up.
Yeah, my mom and dad have been together for like 30 years, you know what I'm saying, 30-some years. They had, every marriage had their problems, you know what I'm saying, so we've been there for all of that, but, they always find a way to stay together.
What do you think their secret is?
Shit, you gotta forgive. I feel like forgiveness is the secret.
Now, are you the only child or did you have siblings?
Now, I got 2 older sisters, and then I got a little brother, he's 13.
So you're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
More or less. Is that a tough position to be in or a sweet position to be in the middle?
I mean, growing up, I was always the youngest. My brother didn't come until like,
that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So he didn't come until a little later. So I was always the youngest. My sisters used to always like beat me up and shit. So like, they were tough on me. So, it was cool. Like I've always like being the only boy out of 2 girls, like you see them get spoiled and then you gotta bust your ass, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was straight.
Anyone else do music in your family or just you?
Oh, my dad be singing and shit. That shit be, like, it used to always trip me out. He just be singing around the house. I'd be like, man, I gotta get this man some music to sing to or something. But he always used to be singing.
Have you collaborated with him at all?
Nah, we might do something though one day. He don't really be singing like that no more, but I'm gonna see. I might have to put him on the track or something. Put him on my album or something.
What does your family think about your music career choice?
I mean, if you talking about my mom and my dad and my sisters, they love it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I be giving down by. Everybody else I don't really care about. But them the folks I grew up with. So, man, my mama been in full support of this shit for forever. Like, and she always told me I do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I remember telling her, I'm gonna be on the radio one day, I'm gonna be on the TV, and I done did all of that shit already. So she just keep going. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be great, just keep going.
Supportive right away?
And right away. She never told me that I couldn't do it, to think about this, none of that. If this what you want to do that.
Now, it's one thing for parents to support what their child does. It's another for them to actually like what their child does. Do they actually like the beats that you make?
Yeah, they be listening to my music.
Okay.
Yeah, they listen to my music. Like, my mama love R&B music, and I make a lot of R&B music, you know what I'm saying? So she love R&B music, so she like my music. She don't like too much cursing though. She ain't just finna be listening to just a whole bunch of cussing, you know what I'm saying? But she like my music.
When it comes to your parents, best advice either of them have given you, mom or dad, at this point?
Man, the best advice they don't give me?
Yeah, what's something that's always just seems to stick to you that they say?
Man, they just be extremely proud of me. Like, my folks be really proud of me, like, cause I done came so far. And they just don't watch me come so far, like, just making beats. They coming in the room and I'm just making beats. So I don't know, like, I can't even really just pinpoint. I just know they always tell me that they proud of me and just to keep going, like, and I can do anything. You know, my dad, he got like a little business. He be building houses, like he frame houses. So like I take a lot of game from him on like just taxes and, you know what I'm saying? He done made a lot of mistakes and like, I remember it got real hard around the house. Like he had made a little investment and it didn't go right in, but we were fucked up real bad, boy. But like he just, he give me his game, like what he, when he made mistakes at, But I can't really pinpoint just one thing because like they done told me so much that like just to keep my mind sane to get here, you know what I'm saying? Because I could have been gave up, but I just feel like they just keep motivating me, just be like, just keep going. Like they don't ever tell me to stop, just keep going. And they always got open arms for me, if I ever need to come back home. Like when I was coming up, they was like, yeah, just come on back home. You know what I'm saying?